Alright, today we're going to do a range test day on a couple of new upgrades on the LC9s. This firearm that's going to be tested does not have the upgrade. This one does. Quick shout out, by the way, to GKC Armory, who has finished the slide here, which was an original black slide like this one here, to a satin aluminum Cerakote finish there. It's a great looking one. Anyways, this gun already has the upgrades installed, and what we're looking at is the difference between this piece. This is the original guide rod. It's I believe it's a plastic guide rod with a 16-pound spring, and it's been upgraded here to a 20-pound spring. If you notice the difference, you've got more tension. It's a little bit longer. Double check this. Ruger has this interesting feature where basically the loaded one up is showing if there's a round in there, and that's a good way to check, but you know, you shouldn't always be the only way to check. So they're both open. If you take a look at them, you can already see the stainless steel guide rod in one gun versus the other. It's a little bit more. If you see the front, you can see the stainless steel portion of the guide rod sticking out, which actually happens to be a little nice with the satin aluminum finish with the Cerakote there. If you look at the original one, the black plastic rod's there. So, you know, it makes it a little bit nicer, but the stainless steel gives it more durability, and it takes some more, you know, if you're shooting a lot of rounds, anytime you have your components with a little bit more durability is good. And we'll do a quick range test. Head over to the range real quick and then see if the stronger 20-pound spring, first of all, will function with regular target rounds, and that you don't need any plus P rounds to get that to cycle over the 16-pound spring. So we want to make sure that's reliable, you know, just for target shooting, but generally you want to make sure that what you're carrying in your gun will cycle your own properly, so you don't have any malfunctions. So we'll just confirm that and get some video results. Talk to you in a bit. odd man. Oh, that's shoot them when they're looking. Alright, back from the range, and I figure I'd share my 2 cents on the experience. Before I start really quick, I just kind of wanted to show this again does have one in the chamber. You can see how that loaded went up. It's kind of sticking out like that. This is an empty gun, so the loaded went up obviously is down. Anyways, basically with the 20-pound spring in this gun, it did have a lot less felt recoil. I'm not sure if it's going to be significant in the video. We'll see when we put the video together. But another thing with this gun, I do have the Hogue Handall grips. I don't know if that made a difference, but this gun feels much better in the hand, while this one feels like it beats your hand up, especially when I was shooting with one hand, both my strong and then weak side. So you could really feel with this gun as it snaps into your hand. As far as as far as the kickback and everything, I have a pretty decent control of the guns when they shoot, so it's kind of hard to tell. I did shoot one set where I basically really relaxed the grip, kind of like as if you're holding it with a sissy grip, I guess. And I did feel a lot less snap with this particular gun than this one. So the important thing is that the gun did cycle with the lower powered target rounds, so that's a really good thing. So I'm going to proceed to upgrade this gun with the same spring and guide rod as this gun. So if you're considering getting the upgrades for your Ruger LC9, I would definitely go with the 20-pound spring and the stainless steel guide rod. Alright, before we end the video, I just wanted to show a couple things. While it's kind of tough getting in initially, that's because this is completely brand new. Haven't installed it in the wife's gun yet. This is after shooting some rounds. Noticed how the springs basically compress into more of a normal form. This should be a little bit easier to get into your gun. It'll be tough getting it initially just because you have to compress that. It's a little trick, but once you shoot some rounds off, it should be good to go. This is basically the original, how that looks. So you notice, well, you know, the brand new, right from Galloway Precision, it's really long, it's hard to install first time. It's easier to install after you shoot some rounds on it. It does compress to more of a, basically a normal spring as your day-to-day, making it easy to field strip and whatnot. This is the original, and you notice there's only a slight difference. When you try to get it on the first time, this is what makes it really tough. If you see that, you're trying to compress it down and get it kind of situated into the gun when you reassemble it. But after shooting some rounds through you, it's going to get down to something like that, and that's doable. And that makes for a little bit softer shooting in your gun. So I definitely recommend the spring upgrade, and the stainless steel rod just is nice looking and probably more durable than this guy, this plastic rod. Alright, thanks for watching.